Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about The Halfway House. This is from 2004. This was put out by Intervision, who is a subsidiary of Severin Films. They put out sort of like lower budget stuff. The Masked Mutilator comes to mind, The Masturbating Gunman, stuff like that. Really, really low budget films that I find very fun and enjoyable, but they're not going to be for everyone. This one was recommended to me by my buddy, Chris Kim. Shout out to Chris. I watched it, I think, on Tubi originally, and then I picked up the Blu-ray recently for $12 with free shipping, which is perfect price. So this movie is about this young woman who goes to the police precinct because her sister is missing. They track down that the sister went to a halfway house and they don't know what happened to her thereafter. So she goes to the halfway house with the police and they're trying to sort of dig up some information. You don't really know what's happening. The acting's really cheesy. The actors aren't very great. The biggest name in this film is Mary Warnov, who you will know from Eating Raoul, and I think, was she in Terror Vision? I want to say she was. I think she was one of the swingers in Terror Vision. Anyway, you'll know her. She's in a lot of movies, a lot of horror and old stuff. So the young woman gets herself into the halfway house. She makes believe she has problems or she needs to be admitted to the halfway house, etc. And it's run by Mary Warnov, who is a nun, Sister Cecilia. And in the film, it's a mixture between really cheesy horror with bad special effects and a women in prison film. So if you've seen those women in prison films like Reform School Girls, it's like that, kind of, but not as over the top sleazy. It's sleazy, definitely, but it adds a little horror element to it as well. So throughout the film, the women in the halfway house are trying to have sex with each other, having sex with each other. It's not extremely intense, those scenes, but they show a lot of breasts. You know, it doesn't get X-rated or anything like that. And there's like cliques that are fighting with one another or, picking on the new woman that's come in now to try and find her sister while she's kind of sort of undercover trying to figure out what's going on. And there's a secret in the halfway house being run by the people who run the halfway house, and that starts to unfold as the film goes along. There's some goofy monster effects and cheesy stuff happening. Again, the acting is pretty poor, but the story's fun. It only runs 85 minutes, so it's not this long movie that you're like, okay, it hits its moments and has fun and then finishes. So I enjoyed it, obviously enough to buy it, and I think it's a fun little goofy movie if you like that sleazy horror with a little comedy maybe mixed in. Really not so much comedy, but there are a couple moments. It says here that this is the uncensored director's cut from the writer Kenneth Hall, who did Puppet Master, Evil Spawn, and Carnosaur. So that's exactly what you know you're getting yourself into, like rubber monster type of stuff. It's it has graphic gore, evil nuns, relentless nudity, and sexual depravity with Lovecraftian carnage. That's a good way to put it. It has a woman from the movie Schism named Janet Tracy Kaiser, special effects legend Cleve Hall from Monster Man, Mary Warnov from Eating Raoul and Rock and Roll High School, and this is the first time it's ever been on Blu-ray. It has a documentary, like a look back at the halfway house, a documentary about the guy who did the special effects, a making of, a music video, and some trailers. It's a fun movie. Know what you're getting into. This is low budget B movie schlock, but it's fun. So you like a little gore, a little sexual depravity, maybe a tiny bit of sacrilege thrown in there. Check out The Halfway House. It's a good recommendation. So let me know, guys, if you've seen The Halfway House or if you go out of your way to see it now. Come back and let me know what you think. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.